Hey, Nimbronies. It's me, Michael here. At the beginning of this podcast, which you're about to listen to, I bait y'all into turning the speakers up really loud, doing an ASMR skit. I yell very loudly in the ASMR skit.
Sonic!
So if you're driving, don't fall for it. If you're listening on your at work, totally fall for it. If you're driving though, I'm not responsible for any bodily injury that happens. Okay, I love you. Bye. Welcome back, Nimbronies. Guys, okay, you're ruining the vibe. Okay, welcome back, Nimbronies, to episode 6 of the Nimbus Tattoo Podcast. I'm joined here by Mitchell. Mitchell, what's your at?
It's at Tattoo Breakfast. I'm back.
Welcome back, Mitchell.
Thank you.
I'm also joined by Chris. Chris, what's your at?
Is it really loud if I do it all the way over here?
Probably.
Chris House _ tattoo.
Thank you. And then you're here with the most electrifying apprentice this side of the Atlanta city.
Metro area.
Lower metro area. Michael, at Oh Crap Michael on Instagram. Please follow me. I need followers. We're joined today by Big John, as always. And we're here with Scott as well. Scott's behind us. Is Scott waving?
Scott is the Lion King.
He's playing Stardew Valley. He's waving. Dude, he's doing everything.
John, hit us with the at. Anyone here in the room?
Oh
yeah.
my God.
John, what's your at?
I don't even know my at, bro.
What's it? I think it's like Johnny M. Mond.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I
think
want
it is.
all the clout follows for John.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, it's Johnny M. Mond.
If everybody at Sad Fam can follow John. If
Oh,
everybody-
that would be sick. He's got a very
if we
cute
can get
baby.
all the Nimbronies to just hop on the John train,
Y'all are too kind.
and then they can hop on the Scott train as well.
Choo
So
choo.
yeah.
Thought I'd hit you
Alright.
guys with a little ASMR to start us off. You're welcome.
So we're going to talk about a lot of tattoo stuff today, but I just want to kind of open with this.
Okay.
So I went to the zoo yesterday. Hadn't been in the zoo in a while. It's a good place.
Love a zoo.
Got to see a tiger up close. Got to see a panda up close. Very up close, really. It's very majestic.
Dumb animals.
Yeah.
Notoriously, pandas are.
I got to watch it eat like bamboo.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Did you hear it crunch?
Yeah, I watched it shred the bamboo.
Dude, it shucked it?
Mhm.
That's
cool.
sick.
And it came up and literally sat up against the glass and chilled. I have a whole video of it.
Dude.
But so when I went to the aquarium a while back, they had surprisingly nice beanies. Like I have this black beanie that I wear all the time, and I got it from the aquarium. Like the aquarium has no business having such nice apparel.
And it was $90.
No, it wasn't. It was like $20.
For real?
Yeah, it was.
Damn.
And it was in the winter,
I mean, that's still a pretty expensive hat.
but it was like a knitted beanie.
Yeah.
Did
It's
it have,
very
have the
nice.
logo and everything?
No, it's just a normal.
It's
ass
just a
beanie.
normal
Yeah,
hat?
it was just nice.
Damn.
so
Shout out Georgia Aquarium, dude.
for some reason, like animal-based tourist attractions have very fire clothing.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I found a long sleeve shirt, very soft, like has like a very particular fit that I like, and it's gray. It has this little lemur on it, just a little lemur.
Like screen printed lemur?
It's embroidered.
Damn.
On the note of animal-based merch,
Yeah.
I saw Arwen earlier, Ashley's 5-year-old daughter, and I don't know where she got it from, but the whale.
Oh,
costume that she
That's not a costume, Mitchell. That is
Whatever
a
that
cat
was.
house.
That is a cat house. I bought it at TJ Maxx
Oh,
6 years
I
ago.
thought you guys got it from the aquarium.
No, Michael-
She ran up with the cat house on her, and she was like, "I'm a whale."
Yeah, no, I bought that
Yeah.
at TJ Maxx like
Oh,
6
it was-
years ago.
Yeah.
My cats were scared of it, so I brought it here to see if these cats would be scared.
But
Very
then
nice.
when she put her arms out of it, she was like a human whale hybrid, and she looked like a mid-animorph.
No, dude, she's a good animorph. She's not a mid-animorph.
No, a mid-morph.
Oh, mid-morph. I thought you were
Like,
calling her
in-
mid.
Like, from
and I was
human-
Like, whoa.
Yeah, from like human to whale.
Girl
this is
to
the
whale.
middle.
Have you seen the one where it's Hank Hill and he's mutating into a propane tank?
Yes.
I love that
Oh
one.
man.
At one point, he just has like the spout on him.
All right. Well,
But shout out to, so
rolling to the next thing. I actually had some stuff that I was thinking about earlier. We were talking about topics that would be good to talk about, and I get a question a lot where people kind of ask like what it's like to tattoo, like what your life is like, and I think it varies a lot from person to person to person. But if you kind of want to know what it sort of looks like to tattoo throughout the week, like what you have to do, what your job is like, at least for us, I think it'd be cool to kind of talk about it with each and every one of us.
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We're all
Because
at
we're all
different
in,
stages.
yeah, we're in different stages. Like Michael is just kind of starting out his apprenticeship, and I have only been an artist for about 3-4 months maybe. And Chris is old as hell and has been doing it for
Damn,
like
bro.
12 years.
Bro, you old.
kidding.
I know.
But I think it's cool to kind of talk about that stuff, like what it feels like, what your week is sort of like from day to day. So, you want to talk about yours first?
Yeah, I can. It's actually funny. I was just talking to Ashley about it because, so my girlfriend has a daughter, and she actually stayed the night for the first time, like the other night, and it just kind of adds to like my normal
Your routine?
my routine, yeah, like my like normal like day-to-day responsibilities, and like like the goal is eventually like as our relationship progresses to have her move in and like have like Arwen around.
Mm-hmm.
And with tattooing, like you have to set aside so much time specifically just to draw. Like you work so much outside of work, and you can't just like skimp on it. You can't just walk in one day and just be like, I'm going to figure it out on the fly. Like, because, any artist, no matter what medium you work on, like if you are a musician or if you are, I don't know, like an oil painter or like whatever you do, there are days that for the life of you, you just can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, because I used to play music, and like there would be days where like we'd have band practice set aside. Today was going to be a writing day, and you go to write, and like you can't write to save your life.
Yep.
Like it just has to like flow out of you at a certain point. And so, I only tattoo 4 days a week because collectively throughout the week I draw for 8+ hours. So that's an extra 5th day, So I do work 5 days a week, but the 5th day is dispersed throughout the entire week, And, some days I will like build my schedule to be like, I'm not doing anything this night because I need to draw, and it'll hit that day and I just can't draw, like for whatever reason. And then some days I won't set aside the time, and I'll like be busy doing stuff. Like we'll like work out really late, or like go for like a 3-hour walk, and I'll get back and I'm like feeling good, and I'll stay up till 4 a.m. and I'll draw 3 appointments,
Yep.
And that's not really good, because I have to wake up at like 7:30 in the morning, like then I didn't sleep as much. So like tattooing day to day, like it varies so much. Like there are days where like you'll go in for whatever reason, let's just say it's a half day, and you're only there for 3 to 4 hours. Then you have the rest of your day. Like you could spend the rest of that day drawing. You could spend the rest of that day with your family. You could spend the rest of the day like playing video games or like seeing a movie. But you have to have a certain level of like fluidity in your schedule to be able to make it work. Because if it's too rigid, then you're not going to be creative like when it strikes you.
So what is your week like for you personally look like? Because actually I don't really know. I just like see it work and like hang out, but like
Yeah,
I don't really like know what you like.
So
do.
like basically like my weeks are 3 days a week. So like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I get up at like 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
I get ready. I go to the gym. I do personal training for an hour, and then I immediately go to work, and then I tattoo for 6 to 8 hours, or sometimes longer depending on the tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
I start those days off at 10:30, and normally I'll get home anywhere from like, let's just say like 6 to like 9, like in that bracket of time. So I have to eat dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been sitting down all day. So generally I want to go for a walk. I want to like be active because I've just been sitting. That's not good.
Nope.
So I'll try to do something physical, whether that's like working out in my garage or like going for a walk. And then I normally will look for references. I like look at like my week, right? And I will go through all of them and like try to find good references that like I can get a jumping point on. So for example, I have to do like Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh! in like a week and a half, right? So I normally draw everything a week to a week and a half in advance, because if that window gets any smaller than that, I start having super anxiety. Like I feel unprepared. I feel like it's just going to sneak up on me. I feel like just something in life is just gonna like pop up, and then I'm just not gonna be able to draw.
Yep.
You know, so, and if that happened, then I'm just fucked.
That's
you
your
know?
whole week. You're starting off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, and so I like to be, like I said, a week and a half out, and it's like I'll like go through, like I'll find a bunch of references, just to kind of like get something to like springboard off of. So then I'll open up Procreate, and for every one of my appointments, so for all 4 of them, I will put in like a rough idea, like a rough draft of everything. Like I'll import all of the references, I'll composite a layout, right? And by the end of that first day, I like to have a layout for all 4. And then the next day that I can, so like I said, on Mondays I work out and stuff, but the next day I have available, I try to like focus on one, right? And if I get stuck, I just go to the next one. And then if I like just can't figure that one out, I'll go back to the first one. But I do not move off of that first one until it's like finished, right? So like I'm not going to go draw my 4th appointment for the week first. I'm just not going to do it. You know what I mean? So I'll just bounce back and forth until like I have everything ready. And once I do that, like, you know, I can kind of breathe a little bit. But on my days off, I mean, I will go work out in the morning, come home, drink a smoothie, maybe spend some time to myself, like, I don't know, catch up on a show or something, like watch like 2 or 3 hours of something, and then after that, I'll just, Scott's out here dropping stuff.
Dude, Scott's dropping.
No, just,
It must have been hot, dude.
but I'll,
Drop it like it's Scott.
yeah.
Drop it like it's Scott,
good.
baby.
Sorry.
I try really hard to manage my time, because I was talking to Ashley about it. Like, the more things I include in my life that are important to me, I have to make sure that that doesn't detract from the time I spend like on my career, because like if anything is going to like shrink in terms of like the scale of my time, it has to be like my personal time that like I spend by myself. Because like I'm constantly thinking about the fact that whoever I'm tattooing on Friday, that person has waited a year. Whoever I'm tattooing on Saturday, that person's waited a year. That person is spending over $1,000. That person has put their trust in me. That person has bought a plane ticket. That person has like reserved a hotel or an Airbnb. And they have put a lot of time and trust and faith in me. And I'm going to be prepared for that. Like, it is doing a disservice to somebody to give them any less than 100% of like what I could do. And I just feel the need to structure all of my time. Like, every single day I am drawing. Like, I will find time in the day to draw. And if I cannot draw for whatever reason, like yesterday I was at the zoo, when I had like a shred of like downtime, I was looking at references. Like, if you are a tattooer, you are constantly working. And nothing I just said includes the social media aspect.
That's what I was just about to say. I was
yeah.
like, everything you've talked about so far has literally just been like,
That is just like,
We haven't even picked up the phone yet to do it.
yeah, that is just a given. You know, if you have any kind of following and people are paying attention to you, you have to stay relevant. Like, you have to stay relevant because like that is your career. Like, that is your, if you fall off and no one cares, then you're not going to get to do the tattoos that you want to do and the tattoos that you're best at. So you have to constantly have this drive to be better, and it has to be self-motivating, which is very difficult. And, you know, you have to like include tattooing and drawing in your everyday life. And then when you have free time outside of just being prepared, you have to present. You know, it's like every day you have to present something to the internet as like, you know, confirmation that you are still around, that you are still relevant, that you are still like worth coming to.
you're producing content.
Yeah, and you're like, you're selling yourself every single day.
It used to be so easy. You could just send somebody out the door and then there you were. But now it's like, I got to tease this. I got to promote this. I have to make sure this is popping. I got to make sure this is going.
Honest though, I actually like there are a lot of things I don't like about the way that things are, but being able to make something more specific to what you actually want to do and being able to put it out into social media and show it to people, and people say, oh, I really love that, or I like what you did with this. I think that's a really cool thing to get that kind of feedback off something, because 20 years ago, you would go to the good shop and someone would walk in and ask you for a traditional eagle or a sparrow, or like, I want to get my kids' footprints on my ribs, and like, I mean, seriously, and like, you would do it, and you would try to do your best with it, and you try to like get a little wiggle room on design, and that was kind of the most you could do, and you put it in a binder.
Yep. You have the printed out Walgreens photo holder. And that was the way that people saw your art, you know?
It's kind of like everything you do in your career, you were literally broadcasting it.
Yeah.
You know, and you never know what degree of success you will achieve. And the scary thing about that is how you choose to present yourself on your worst day is just as important as your best day, because the internet does not forget.
You know what though, when you're talking about like success or whatever, like presenting and stuff like that, I think it's good to have goals where you want to grow and you want a lot of people to see your art and you want to have people that are in contact with you. I think as long as you are always trying to do better, like as long as your newest tattoo, you feel like you've taken even like a baby step forward or something. I think that's what's important. And if you go on the internet and you like post things and you have fun and you like talk to people and you share your friends' work or whatever, as long as you do that stuff, I feel like, not like it doesn't matter, but you know, if you're growing and you're putting out stuff that you're proud of, I think that's more important than just a lot of people following you. Although I'm saying that with just shy of 2,000 followers.
Well,
so
it's
just like talking out of my
follow
ass
Mitch.
about
well,
it.
you're right. Like you want to be proud of the stuff that you do, and a part of the way that works is like, if you want to be proud of the stuff that you do, it has to be stuff you want to do. And the only way that you're able to do the stuff you want to do is by promoting yourself.
That's very
like
true.
It all comes full circle, you know, and you just have to kind of choose how much of your life are you willing to like put into it, you know?
Yeah.
But that's why it's kind of difficult to date people whenever you're a tattooer, you know, because it does absorb a lot of your personal time.
You know, my dad has always said to me about stuff. He'll always talk about like if you have a job or something, it's really important for you to like make that like a priority and do your best and stuff. But what you do is not who you are.
Yeah.
And I think when
You're like, well, Dad.
No, I mean really though, when that line gets like crossed and that becomes your entire personality, I think you start to get a little bit disconnected from things that are important. Like Chris was saying, are you gonna sacrifice the time that you spend with like Arwen or Ashley, like in exchange for doing more tattoo stuff? Are you gonna? Yeah,
yeah, and
you,
it's like
you have
no.
to choose. Yeah, what's important, what's not.
Like the thing that is going to dwindle, the more I put on my plate, is going to be like my selfish time.
Yeah, are you gonna
you
like
know?
play games tonight? Or are you gonna?
Yeah. Well, it's like, am I gonna play Sonic Frontiers for an extra 2 hours?
You're gonna take an hour and a half walk instead of a 3 hour walk.
Yeah, like, it's like, am I gonna do that, or am I going to work on like drawing to have a sustainable career for like me and like the people who like depend on me, or am I going to like spend time with those people, or am I going to like have like a slice of like extra selfish time? It's like the time that goes away is a selfish time.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you just can. I've seen so many tattooers fuck up their lives because they choose to just be a tattooer 24/7.
You give up those like personal relationships and everything, and then it's
Truthfully,
all I have is this machine.
It's tempting to do that a lot. I mean, Chris has had to like talk me down off of that so many times because like especially now where we have control over. I didn't mean to like derail
No,
what we're
you're
talking
right.
about, but you know, when you're talking about being able to control your own schedule, like I can schedule things any day of the week that I want to work. If I'm going through something personal in my life and I have nothing going on, I can be like, all right, well, I'm just going to schedule an extra tattoo every night. I can do that.
Yeah.
Or if I have 2 days off, I can schedule an extra day on, like I usually have Monday, Tuesday off. I can schedule Monday off, or Monday, like another tattoo, or Tuesday, another tattoo. And I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
And
I've told you every time to not do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
if it's not imperative because you have bills to pay, don't do it.
I know.
Because that's another thing with tattooing. You have to take care of your mental health.
Yeah, it'll burn you out, you know. And honestly, you'll not that like the work I've done in those days is like bad, but the way that like you approach it is way different. you don't have the same like mental energy to like really
Yeah.
think about what you're doing, or I'm not asking you as many like, what do you think about this? You know, like it's like it's drawn, you know, like it's done, and like you're not even there, you know.
Yeah.
It's just me.
There's a thing that I've heard people refer to it as, like, I've heard tattooers talk about it in different ways, but like the general term that like I've come up with like with people I know is like tat depression,
Tat-pression?
which is like when you do one tattoo and you just hate it for whatever reason. Like it may not even be a bad tattoo. Like I've done this before, and I've gone back and looked at the tattoo 6 months later, and I actually really like it. So it's not a knock against the tattoo per se. But you can be so wrapped up in all your own shit and not have enough time like to actually like process like your life or tattooing or like what's going on. And at one tattoo, something about can just fuck you up. It can
Yeah.
get to you. And you will be in the tat depression until you do like the best tattoo over your career.
Yeah.
Like up until that point. You know what I mean? Like I can point to certain times where like I can identify the tattoo that got me into the tat depression and the tattoo that got me out of it.
I can right now.
I
Thinking
know.
of
Think of
my
it, I
life.
can-
I'm like, yeah.
We
I
got
know
in the
it's
car
like-
one time and Chris went, I didn't even get a fucking good picture, man. Why didn't I get a good picture?
Yeah.
Like,
Which by the way, like after they talk about their days, something we're gonna loop back to because it was a question because it ties into that is like factors into like if your tattoo gets posted.
yeah, that was something that was
that.
act.
Whoa, my voice just goes like,
Whoa! Yeah,
Whoa.
there's like we
That's a
have
great
we
one.
have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah.
We will
Oh,
get into
man.
that. So if you're curious about that aspect of like the factors of like if your tattoo gets posted on
Is
like
this going to get posted? Is
Oh,
this going to
yeah.
be like a
There-
story thing?
there
Is
are
it-
reasons.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we will get that is a subject I would love to get
Oh
into.
Yeah,
man,
and
we
there's-
will definitely
Oh,
get
that's
into it.
such a great topic. Jeez, didn't
But
think
I
about
want
that.
them to talk about. So that's just me right now.
Sure.
So that is me being 30 years old, like girlfriend who's serious, has a kid, been tattooing for 12 years, own a shop, like have like a large following. Like that is like what life is like for me. You know, how like compressed everything is. You know, like So, but it's different for everybody. Like everyone is at a different stage.
Yeah.
My time management is incredibly serious to me. Anyone who's ever known me knows that I will not do shit unless it is on my schedule.
It's true.
Like every day of my life from now until like May 3rd, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Chris put breakfast on his schedule one day. Like we were like, do you want to go to breakfast tomorrow? He's like, yeah, hold on. He takes out his phone. He's like, breakfast.
That is the most.
What time's
like,
the breakfast?
I have to.
That is so indicative of who you are as a person.
I have to.
love that you do that.
Yeah, and if I have a thought of something, I have a long notepad of thoughts I've had, ideas I've had, marketing stuff I want to do. Like anything that is a passing thought that I want to revisit, I just have written it in my notepad.
Good.
I
It's good
picked up
practice.
that habit, and that's
It's very valuable.
man.
Well,
So, I guess tell us about your.
yeah.
Dude, hit it.
So mine's like a little different from Chris because I am a lot newer in terms of where my career is at. I just made my Instagram like a year ago, and I'm just under 2,000 followers. So I have a much smaller group of people that see my stuff. Yeah. Follow me, please.
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 Come on, Nembronies, you guys just smash that follow button.
But I I'm still in a place where I'm just growing and I'm trying to figure some stuff out. So my week right now, I tattoo more than Chris. I work 5 days a week at the shop, like doing tattoos and stuff. Unless I have a sixth day, like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I work 6 days a week or something. And I typically go in at like 10, and I will try to do one big tattoo per day or 2 medium-sized tattoos is like my goal typically.
What size is medium?
Medium, that's a great question. Medium
Half
is
a large.
yeah, half a large. No, medium for me is usually something that's between like 3 and 5 inches typically.
Yeah.
Like your Gengar. Like you were like, oh, I want to get that Gengar done.
Yeah.
It didn't take that long to
No,
really
it was
do
super
it.
quick.
But something
I would say the easiest way to describe that is 2 tattoos that you can fit within an 8-hour block.
that is a great
with
that's
with
it.
a break. In
With a
between.
Yeah,
break.
well, you have to think of breaks for people and for yourself, and also you have to break up and set down. You can't just be like, oh, it takes me 2 hours to do this tattoo, so I can do 4 of those things in one day.
No,
Just
you gotta think about.
yeah,
I have to clean all this, and then I have to put it all
Yeah.
back together.
It-
and then
it
I have
takes
to
a while to
assemble
deal
it.
with
You know,
that.
use the bathroom,
You have to
the client has
stencil
to have a
people.
break.
Yeah.
Like,
So
Wait, you let people take breaks?
yeah.
like to be
I didn't
comfortable,
take a break.
to be completely comfortable, you could do 2 hour long tattoos
Mhm.
within a 6-hour block.
Yep, because you have to factor out
And that
a bunch
is-
of shit.
stretching it. Like that is pushing it.
Yeah. So I usually do between like 2 medium-sized tattoos, and then like or one large one that would take me anywhere between 6 and 8 hours to do.
Yeah.
So I usually go to work, do the tattoo. I have my stuff already drawn. I never draw something the morning of ever. I know I have a lot of friends that do that. I think personally, I
You
think
are
it's
all
terrible.
crazy.
Yeah, I think y'all are.
I love
nuts.
you all. You guys are
But
stupid.
I'm not as good as Chris is about it. I try to have my stuff drawn like 2 days in advance at best. Sometimes I draw it the night before. It just depends. But I'll because of that, because I'm not as like far out as you are with your stuff, I'll go through all my stuff and like work and like do the tattoo and everything's great. Take some pictures. I'll go home, and then I will try to answer DMs. So I'll sit down, like I literally drive home, sit down on my couch, pull out my phone, and I'll be like, oh, you have like 35 DMs. I'm like, awesome. Which is great. And I'm thankful for that. I don't even have a large following, and that's how many people I have that have like reached out to me or something. And I have my email, which is a separate thing. So I have all these like people I'm trying to talk to. And sometimes it's just like friends. Like I'll have like John send me something, and I'll be like, it'll take me like 7 business days to get back to John. And I'm so,
John's like,
I'm
look at
so
this funny
sorry,
video,
dude.
and it's just like,
John will invite me to go do something, and I'll see it like 2 weeks after and be like, bro, that sounds great. Like it's like already done.
Dude, I didn't even talk about DMs.
Oh, dude, I know you didn't even go
It's
there.
rough.
But yeah, so I'll go home and like, I'll try to get through my social media stuff because I really don't want to make people wait. Like my goal generally is to try to have you not wait more than 24 hours for a response from me. It's not always like that because sometimes if I have like 2 big, huge tattoos back to back and I have a bunch of DMs, it takes a while for me to get to them. And that can be frustrating because if you don't know that, like if you're not really thinking about what it's like on a tattoo artist side of stuff, I've had people send me a message and send me another message and send me another message and send me another message. And I'm like, bro, like, and what happens with that, by the way, if you're listening, what happens when you do that is your message, like I'll go in oldest to like newest order. And if you send me a new message, it bumps you all the way to the top.
Which is the end of the line.
Which is the end of the line. So you'll send me a message trying to get my attention, and what you were doing is you were making it take me twice as long to actually get to you.
Also, there's a thing, and I told Mitch this would happen.
Yeah.
Never do this, okay?
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
This is a thing that will just make us not want to reply to you. We will reply to you.
Yeah.
We just don't want to.
If you send us a message, then another message, and then you wait a day, and then you send another message, and you send another message, and you send another message, and then you start unsending the messages, we get notifications for that.
It tells you that you've unsent it.
Yeah.
So then
send,
now,
unsend, yeah.
So now we are under the impression that you're just doing that to get our attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is super obnoxious.
Yeah. So I try not to make people wait more than like 24 hours, but I'll get home and I'll sit down and try to do all that stuff. And it usually takes me a couple hours to get through it. So by that time, maybe it's like, 10 o'clock. I'm like, all right, well, let me like eat or like, use the bathroom, something like that. And then
maybe I'll get a shower.
Maybe I'll get a
Dude,
shower.
maybe I'm feeling rambunctious.
No, I always make sure you shower every day, please.
Come on, guys.
That's
we're
a
better than that.
that's a low bar for yourself. But after that, I'll usually sit down and start drawing my stuff, which, like Chris said, is a long process of looking through references. Sometimes people are more flexible than others. Because I don't have as much of a following, I try to be a little more like accommodating, I think, than some people are with stuff. Like there are things that I think I don't personally like in designs, but if someone's like really hard up about it, I'll just say, yeah, like we'll find a compromise or we'll make it work or something. Which, by the way, just like I think we're gonna get to that kind of stuff later.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll come back around to all this, but yeah. So I'll do all that, and then I will go to bed at like 2 a.m. I'll get up. I'll go work out with Chris and Michael and Brett, and then I'll go to work
Shout
and
out
I'll do it
Brett.
again. And honestly, I really do love my life, but if you don't have good time management skills, and I do not have good time management skills in general, it can be a lot.
How many times did you bail on me this week, Mitch?
Damn.
Whoa.
I'm
To be
I'm
fair,
joking. I'm literally
to
joking.
be fair, Chris is
Chill
talking about Ben. No. I'm gonna address that. Chris is like, how many times did you bail on me? Chris will be like, bro, let's go for a walk, and I'll be like, all right, well, I'm about to tattoo Michael, but like after that, sure. Chris lives about 20 minutes away from me, so
That is
true.
That is an accurate fact.
okay.
That's a fact.
It
It's
takes
like 20
15 minutes to get to the big intersection where you would turn.
Yeah.
To go
Okay.
down there.
So 20 minutes from where I live, And I'm fine driving out here and like going for walks because I love Chris and we like love to just walk and talk about anything, right? But it will be like 10 o'clock at night. And I'd be like, look, man, I'm like really tired. I can't walk. I'll catch you tomorrow. And that happened a couple times because I was tattooing like Michael one day, and then I was like, I tattooed like 3 people in one day earlier this week because I just got like a tighter schedule than normal, and I had to move some stuff around. And
see what'll happen is I'll be like, hey man, just shoot me a text
Come on,
when
dude.
you know what's going
don't do my
on.
man. Man's
oh,
like
the
this.
second that I'm free, I'll text you. But I'm typically like running around working and stuff.
I'm just
And
fucking with
I'll
you.
text him that, and Chris is like, "Man, I thought you loved me, bro. Like, how can you do that?" Man?
The
I'm like,
betrayal.
oh my gosh, I'm
The
sorry.
betrayal part 2,
No.
baby.
But yeah, I digress. I love my life, and
I love Mitch.
I love tattooing, and it's great. But it does take a lot of like self discipline, and I
Yeah.
think the more that I grow my Instagram, and the more I'm able to sort of curate the things that I'm doing, more than I already do, because I'm fortunate enough to like be 3 or 4 months in being an artist, and I can kind of pick and choose like what I want to do. But the more I get to do that kind of stuff, I think I'm going to try to make an effort to kind of do things a little more structured and be a little better about things. Because like I don't do a lot of stuff I used to do. I used to play music all the time. I used to play a lot more games. Not that that's great when you get older, because I think sometimes you got to cut back off that stuff a little bit. But maybe not now. Okay, whatever.
Sonic.
Yeah, I mean for specific
I'm
things.
out here playing
but,
RuneScape, baby. You're like,
I mean, like 45, and I'm like, bro, I sunk like 80 hours in Minecraft this week. You should see it. It's
those are
amazing.
child's numbers.
yeah, these are rookie numbers. But anyway, yeah, I want to make sure you make time for those things, and like my personal relationships and like my family. You know, like I'll see them once every couple months now, maybe. You know, and I don't know. That's kind of what it's like for me, and just a progression. You know.
I would say too, like before we get into Michael's, because Michael's is severely different. At
Mine
the
is-
moment.
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
absolutely different.
If you were a tattooer and you were in a situation, like at a shop or something, and you are kind of struggling with having like a good like work-home balance, and the problem isn't your home life, then the problem is where you work.
Yeah.
If you are not free to curate your schedule in a way that is beneficial to both or to you, your clients, and your mental health, you should probably reevaluate the terms of like where you're working.
This is also not tax advice, but I've talked to a number of tattooers.
This is not tax advice.
Yeah, that don't know this kind of stuff for some reason. But if you are a 1099 worker, there's a lot of restrictions on what your employer can ask you to do, or like how they can dictate your work schedule or your life, that is like legal or illegal. So if you have a weird situation where you can't really, like Chris said, adjust your work-life balance at all because you just work for some jerk or something like that, there's a lot of stuff that you can do.
Yeah, I'm going to hit you with this. A newsflash. If you are given a 1099 at the end of the year, you legally work for yourself, player.
Yep.
And if, you know.
I mean, there's things that, there's like agreements you can make.
Yeah,
with
there's
somebody,
other
but-
thing you can do, but there's nothing in a 1099
if
that says
you
I have
did-
to stay here till X.
If
or
you
I have to
didn't
do
sign
X.
something,
Yeah. They
And
can't tell you how long you have to be somewhere.
if
or
you
not.
need to take a day off and they say no, they cannot do that.
Yeah. At
If-
that point, there's a form you can submit where they would have to pay back taxes on you and everybody else that they mess up. So
Yeah, so just be aware that like you, as a tattooer in this day and age, you have more power over where you work
You have
than
rights.
you think.
look into your labor laws. I always recommend that to
Yeah.
people. It doesn't take that long.
No, but
But-
also if you're a tattooer and you feel like you're being taken advantage of, and you're in a situation and you don't quite know what to do about it,
Yeah.
talk to me or Mitch.
Yeah, please do. I
We
would
have
love that.
100% been there. Some of us more times than one. So, if you want advice on that, like, I'm a big advocate for tattooers like having more say so over their personal lives, because you are not a machine. You are an artist. You are a creative.
Yep.
You are not in the slave labor.
You're not a money machine.
Yeah. But
Put yourself first, man.
yeah, and it's good to work hard, so that's great. You should definitely value that in yourself if you're the kind of person who does that. But you are never going to do work that is as good as it would be if you actually slept.
Yeah.
Had other things in your life that
Crazy.
care
If
about.
you are happy, your work is better.
It is.
Go figure.
Speaking of happiness, Michael,
Yeah.
Woo, man, that was a great transition.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even know how many months into my apprenticeship at this point. I think 4.
that feels about right.
That feels correct.
Yeah.
4. So I still work my normal job 5 days a week.
Mhm.
Probably anywhere from 50 to 60 hours at that job. Now, during that job, I have a little bit of freedom because it is work remote. Do not send this to my employer.
Legally, you can't say what you do.
Yeah, legally, I cannot say what I do. I can't say anything crazy. But I have a little bit of freedom because I am remote. I don't have somebody breathing over my shoulder 24/7 like I would if I was in an office. So during my 8 to 12 hour shift, I can do a little bit of drawing. I can do a little bit of, working on emails for the shop, or I can do that. So basically, my Monday through Friday during normal business hours, those are air quotes, I have to work a normal job, and I do the apprentice stuff on the side. Once I clock out from normal job, usually I go to Chris's room. We talk about dinner. We figure out the dinner plans. We create the dinner. I usually go to the shop at least, 1 night, 2 nights a week. Chris says, you don't have to go up there. And I'm like, I'm going, man. Well, I'll mop. You guys see my Cute Boy Cleans the Shop series. So y'all know I'd be in there. Cleaning. Or I'll go work on like a project of hang this from the ceiling. Can you move these figures around? Can you hang this shelf? Can you change the orientation of this paper towel holder? Like just stuff like that.
Quality of life things.
Yeah, just taking care of things that need to be done that I don't necessarily want to do or can do when there are people being tattooed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mop when you are there because this is dirty floor water and you have an open wound on your body. I'm not going to make a lot of noise drilling shit into the wall because I'm you jumping away from you having a little bit of extra free shading on that bad boy. So I'll go and do that once a week, twice a week. I'll go up there and draw at night for usually an hour or two. I have to draw every day. Chris will give me these assignments, and they have progressively gotten longer as they have, like, it used to just be draw this one thing. I think last week he gave me this thing that was draw these 9 things. So it was draw these 9 things, put the black in these 9 things, show me these. And I'm like, bro, when do I have time to do that? But you have to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it. Like, I have no days off. I work 7 days a week, whether that be at normal job or at the shop. And then nights are usually pretty full.
Yeah. A lot of the time I'll be leaving after like being there for the day or whatever, and you're like passing me, like walking in while I'm walking out. And I don't know.
Anytime I have a cancellation, because Michael is at the shop during the day when he is off work and I'm tattooing. So like on the weekends.
So Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. So if I ever have a cancellation, I'm like, don't go in.
Yeah. And then I usually
But I tell him to not.
go anyway.
And that's not a trick.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's just like I don't know what to do with time off at this point.
yeah.
It's just like I could be doing something more
Look,
productive.
we've all been there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that is the thing about tattooing. Like it is like apprentice brain.
Mm-hmm.
You feel
And-
guilty not doing something, so you're like, I have to do something, even though there's nothing to do.
Yeah. I mean, that's just apprentice brain. And like you, honestly, if you can learn how to like separate that over time, it'll be beneficial because it does kind of help you to like stay on track with like your work balance, just to like constantly feel the need to like be doing something.
Yeah.
You can apply that to, like you always need to like draw. You always need to like work on getting better,
Yeah.
because eventually it'll move from like I need to always go clean something to like I should be working on like my art, like that'll shift.
Mm-hmm.
If you can like keep that same momentum, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Hey, but we are progressing in the drawing field. I draw probably, an hour a day.
Good.
Oh no, Michael
Cool.
showed me one thing that he was working on, and it looked really good. Like he was pulling lines with a micron, and it looked like he used the correct tool, like the autocorrect tool on a iPad.
Hey, that's good, man.
It took me so long, but I was like, I'm getting through
It's
this.
just
bitch.
repetition,
It
dude.
doesn't matter how long it takes you.
Yeah.
At all.
So that just shows you can go from zero artistic experience to being able to make a straight line.
Like I said before, man, it's more about like personality. If you're a creative person, like your personality type, right? If this was like, you know, you're picking your character in fucking Elden Ring, and there was like a creative type versus like a jock. Do you know what I mean? Like
Strength versus an intelligence build.
oh yeah, if you want to. I wouldn't say creatives are intelligent, but
no, bro, we got the swollest tat shack in the fucking county, bro. So
but
come
I
through.
guess my point is like,
We're a bunch of fucking jocks.
if you are naturally a creative person, then you can be taught the skill of drawing.
Yeah.
Because what makes you a good artist is the creative element of it.
Yeah.
You can learn the skill. You can't be taught to be creative.
No, that's very true.
For the record, I know a lot of people that I think are like great like artists, like they're very gifted, but their tattoos are not, in my opinion, like as good as the rest of their
They hit
body
their
of work.
ceiling fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of tattooers out there that I look up to that are like, I don't do custom stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only do this, and it's like pre-done flash, and it's like
But they
That's
are
it.
a creative person, and
Yeah.
they can crank that up
they can add
to
the
an
sauce.
absurd level.
Yeah.
I've talked to somebody about this before. I think that's the kind of thing where there's like a difference between like craftsmanship and like artistry. Like they're sort of like
Yeah,
two
that's fair.
sides
Oh,
of the same
100%.
coin. Like I know people that are great artists, like they say really profound things with their work, but maybe like technically it's not great.
It's not
Or
executed,
there's somebody that is like technically super gifted, but maybe doesn't like say anything. And tattoos are weird because you're not necessarily trying to like make a statement always.
This
You
is
know,
my-
like
this is me,
yeah,
like,
it's
Speaking on a philosophical
it's
level here.
like commission
This
based
isn't
stuff.
evil.
It's a little different, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like there's sort of like a difference between those kinds of people.
Yeah.
So,
But no, like I said very early on doing the podcast, like I picked the people I picked to help Apprentice for a reason.
Yep.
Like
it's
you
because
can,
we're sick.
Gang, baby.
but no, like you can see it in people. You really can. You know, like with tattooing, it's kind of like how we talked about before. Like, if you're a tattooer, like I can't not look at this wall and think, what color is that wisteria?
That really goofs me up because I really like to look at flowers and like drawing all day, every day. I'm like, how the fuck would I draw that leaf?
That's good.
You're gonna
and I'm
find
like,
out.
that is
oh
good.
God.
That's how you should be. Your mind, like whenever you start to like fixate on something like drawing or coloring, like you will rewire your brain.
Yeah.
Like I can't look at something and not think about the color palette of it. Like I'll look at that and be like, why do I like that?
Yeah.
Why do these colors look good together? Can I use that color palette in a tattoo? Will it be overbearing? Like you will start thinking about that all the time.
For me, it's like I'll look at something like, where does the black go?
Oh my God, that's my
Like,
nightmare right now.
Yeah, if you're looking at somebody's like you're looking at someone's like face, it's like, where does the
Where's
black,
the black
go?
go?
You know.
There's more than you think.
There's
Yeah.
there's rose bushes out by the mailbox,
Uh-huh.
and I'll be like sitting there looking at the leaves on these, like, all right, these aren't perfectly symmetrical. Like, how can I?
Hey, wait until you start just like walking around in nature and you're like, man, that's a good reference. And you start taking photos of the
Oh
flowers.
no!
Wait till you start doing that shit.
I don't know.
Bro, I went to a botanical garden and took like 1,000 photos.
You're like, damn, look at that chrysanthemum.
When I did Neotrad, oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
Neotrad.
took a bunch of photos around.
You go to the zoo, you're like, damn, look at that panda.
You wanna know why? Because everyone's looking at the same references on Google.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
If you can go find it and take photos of it, you're ahead.
You're in there.
Automatically more creative. Because you get to pick the angle.
Yeah. Not always better though.
No.
More creative, but if you're a poor photographer, you need to acknowledge your skill set. Yeah, Chris is calling me out. I suck. You have to know where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are.
Mitch
I
does
am a
not photos.
garbage
Mitch cannot
photographer.
Thank God you do black.
I
and
had
white.
one of my I know, dude. I had one of our friends message me and he was like, dude, he's like, I think your designs are great. Your tattoos are awesome. You're doing a great job, man. Like keep working at it. He's like, your photos are whack. And like he said that,
Yeah,
I
he did.
was like, man, dude. He just said it so plainly. I thought it was funny though. And I was like, yeah, you're right. That's fair.
I'm going to speak on that for a second, actually. My last boss, we were talking one day about just doing video stuff, another creative outlet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the same vein, kind of what you're saying, Chris, you can't teach someone like the eye.
Yep.
Like I can't tell someone what looks good. I can teach you the technical end of every camera. I can teach you how to edit. I can teach you how to do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can't teach you what looks good.
No,
You
like,
just have to
It's
know.
really, really challenging.
and here's the thing: you can be creative, and there's a massive spectrum because look at everyone's familiar with the movie Clerks, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Someone directed that, and someone was the cinematographer for that, right? Someone was also the cinematographer for the new Batman movie. They had the same job. There's a spectrum,
Two
right?
different things, but two good things.
Right? Like they're both good in very different ways.
Yeah.
You know? Say what you will. That movie's beautiful. The new Batman movie.
I was thinking about
I
Clerks.
thought
was
about
like,
Clerks. I was like, yeah,
right?
Clerks is great.
I was like, that's
But like
That's all right.
there's a spectrum. And you know what? For anything, someone wants
Yes.
something on that
yeah.
spectrum.
Well, you know, if you shot Clerks like you shot Batman, that would look so stupid. Like, honestly, that would be terrible.
It's just Jay.
I think it'd be terrible. But I'm not a camera guy, so what do I know?
Yeah,
Michael just got us claimed with that.
No, dude, I said
One.
something's in my ass, bro.
that's true. All right. Well, that was like the really big thing we wanted
That's
to talk
big
about.
Yeah, that
yeah.
was just a large topic that I think
Um,
we wanted to go over.
Yeah, I think the other large topic, we might want to do that for the next one.
Yeah, that's cool.
um,
We have so many questions that we gotta get
Yeah,
through.
we got a
anyway.
bunch of stuff.
Yeah, so let's start going through some of the questions
It's gonna
that
be
we
you
got.
today, Mr. House.
Thank you if you submitted a question to us.
Yes,
or
thank you all.
a suggestion or something.
John, thank you for saying that I was cute in the questions.
That was
Thank
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
the first
you're
question
welcome.
is, why is Michael the cutest boy that cleans the Tat Shack? That is because he has to, no matter what.
you. No matter what.
Because
Shout
he's
out,
an apprentice.
shout out to our
Um,
health inspector that likes that story every time I post it.
He does, man.
That's
love you, dude.
sick. I love that.
So the next question is actually a very good one that I would love to debunk. Okay.
Do it.
So somebody said allergic reactions to red ink.
Oh, that's a great one.
Okay. Here's the deal. Okay.
Yeah, this is
The
the thing.
reason why people have had allergic reactions to specifically red ink in the past is because red ink used to be made with crushed up crustacean shells.
Yep.
So if you had a seafood allergy, even a mild one, you would see an allergic reaction to red.
Mhm.
Because that is now crustaceans that you are mildly allergic to under your skin
permanently.
permanently. So that is why people who are severely allergic to it, you will see it welt and blister and like try to work its way out.
Yep.
Most tattoo shops now use vegan pigment.
Yes.
I don't even know if you can buy red.
I
ink
don't think
anymore
so.
that has
You can.
shellfish.
You really can. I'm not gonna like specifically dog on very specific brands.
Yeah.
What
That's
you need to
wild.
look for is you need to look for exclusively vegan ink.
Look for that V.
Look, I understand I am vegan, and it sounds like I'm like knocking on your door trying to get you to convert to something. If you don't want your clients to have an allergic reaction, just fucking do it.
The
Just
thing
suck
is-
it up. Get the
Yeah.
vegan product.
I mean,
Like,
People will check those boxes of like, oh yeah, I don't have this allergy. Oh yeah, I don't
They
have this.
might not
They
know.
might not know.
dude, that happens. Like, there's a guy who messaged me. He got tattooed by another tattooer. Turns out he is allergic to one very specific ingredient that is in stencil stuff.
Yeah, we had to buy different stencil
Yeah.
stuff.
So I had to buy surgical lube. Because, by the way, if you don't know that, if you're ever like really pressed on cash, because a bottle of stencil stuff is like $20, you can get like 6 bottles of surgical lube for like $10, and it does the same shit. Arguably better stencils. You just get this like really flaky residue, and you can buy it off of Amazon. I have some at the shop if you want to try it.
Huh.
But yeah, fun fact: surgical lube off Amazon. It is literally the same shit. It's just not branded for tattoos.
But red in general is
It's-
not.
that was-
Yeah,
it's fine
It's usually
now.
fine.
It's fine.
If you have questions, ask your artist.
Yeah, and if they don't know, just say, "Is the red ink vegan?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of the time, I mean, as long as they're using something that's not from like 1945, it's got the ingredients on
Yeah.
the bottle.
Yes, you can just
So-
ask to look at the ingredients.
Real quick,
Yeah.
I don't really see another natural segue to ever tell this story, so I'm going to tell it really quick.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
Here
it
we go.
involves red ink.
Okay.
I love this
So-
story.
There was a guy. He came to the tattoo shop. It was him and his wife. Now, I go get adjusted at chiropractors all the time.
Every week, baby.
I'm gonna tell you this. There just like there's a difference between a tattoo artist and a piercer. there's a difference between like a chiropractor and a chiropractor.
What?
They were a different type of chiropractor.
All right.
There's
Yeah.
like holistic chiropractors,
I
right?
gotcha.
Like the ones who are trying to touch your soul, right?
They're trying to
You're trying
crack
to unlock
your,
your
soul,
chakra, like
Yes.
from
Fifth
Avatar.
gate, dude. They're
Yeah,
just,
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're hitting you with the gates, you're out, right?
They're
So
just like,
so this couple came in and this guy was gonna get a tattoo on his chest and it was all the way black and gray, but there was a little bit of red in it. And he had heard the thing about the red ink.
Mhm.
So he thought that being a holistic chiropractor, he thought that that meant that the red ink was not accepting into certain people's bodies. Okay? Now, I don't know what the fuck that means. But this man said, can we test to see if the red ink will be accepted into my body? Now, I was not the one doing the tattoo. There's this other guy. It's the guy I've referenced before who left us and abandoned his family. He went to Peru. Fuck that guy.
shout out. to
So,
him.
I don't feel bad in the slightest that I did this to this guy. Okay? He is a piece of shit, and I'm fine with this. So,
Hi, if you're listening.
get fucked. So he was doing this tattoo, and the guy was like, I need to see if the red ink will be accepted into my body. Immediately, in my mind, I was like, this is going to be good. Like, I'm going to participate in this. So the guy was, he was super cheap, and he had, 3 bottles of ink that were red. And he was like, can you take each of the 3 and put a drop on the paper towel? And I'm going to hold the paper towel. And now I'm going to lay on the massage table.
Yep.
So kind of like this. So
Laying down.
if I'm laying down and I put my leg up and then I Mitch, you're my wife.
All right.
So
What's up?
now
what a
you are
beautiful
going to
body.
push on my leg
Towards you?
towards me.
I wish anybody that's listening to this just imagine it.
That's
So
fine.
Chris is laying down, leg at a 90
What are
degree
you-
angle.
what are we
So
doing
you just
then?
have to push on it,
They're
right?
muscle
and then you're
testing.
going to see if my leg gives out.
If the leg
What?
moves, that means your
So
body does
if
not
my
accept
leg
it.
gives out, that means my muscles aren't working, Mitch. And that means that that's not the red. That red will not be accepted into my body.
There's there's a branch of
Alright.
chiropractors who do this thing
So-
called muscle testing, and it's literally like stick your arm out, I can push your arm out, you're out of alignment.
Yeah. Okay. So we were doing that, right? So we went through 3 bottles, and the guy was like, I think this one's pretty good. And I was like, hey man, I got 17 reds. And he was like, can we test them? And I was like, we sure fucking can, player. So I got out all of them. And I made this man push on this man's leg for an hour and a half.
Testing those reds.
And it was the greatest day, right? Now, that is insane, right? That is already certifiably fucking insane. And there are 2 things I learned from this. One, there's someone for everyone. Because his wife was like, test him. Test the red.
dude.
I really like light maroon. Like, that one really seems to be really aligned. Like, I didn't feel any give at all.
His
in your
chakras
leg.
were wanting that one.
Your third eye was totally winking. It was insane, right? So that's one thing I learned.
That's so cool they found each
Thank
other.
that's right. That is beautiful.
Honestly,
almost.
Shout out to them.
Man,
True love.
that's something else.
Now, thing number 2. This came up casually, right? Like it was a
Alright.
fucking normal run-of-the-mill day. Imagine this motherfucker in a real-world scenario with someone that isn't aware of how fucking certifiably batshit he is. I'm going to paint the same scenario for you. You tell me how insane he would look. So we're at the Red Lobster.
Oh shit.
We've ordered the seafood platter.
Wine and dime.
I have decided that I want to consume this shrimp, but I don't know if this shrimp will be accepted into my body. Can you put this shrimp onto a paper towel? I'm going to lay on the floor, and you're going to push on my leg to see if it is okay. What's up? My name's John. I just met you.
And this is crazy.
That's
Push my
date
leg.
1.
He's sitting there swishing the wine on the glass going, honey, push my arm.
Like,
This one's not it.
can you
All right.
imagine? Because, that can't be the first time he did that shit. It was so fucking casual.
Watching them buy a car, he lays in the back of a Honda Civic. Honey, push my leg.
But
This isn't the
well,
one.
because people have the same shit with like seafood allergies. So I imagine there's a dude out there in a parallel universe who has put shrimp on a paper towel and asked someone to pull on his leg.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And I love that.
There's only one way to find out if you're allergic. That's to try.
I know, but dude, I love it so much. But dude, they found each other. Like, good on them, bro.
A love story you can believe in. It's crazy.
Bro,
Forget Me and the Kroger Girl.
I
It's,
know,
It's the red ink
shrimp
couple.
guy. All right, what's the next thing we got?
Hit us with it, Mr. House.
You guys' have top 5 letdown albums that you were excited for, but they bombed.
I got 2. I'm gonna limit it to 2.
I don't know if I have that many that I can.
I can't think of
Think
5
of.
on the spot. I can think of 5 in a week.
I will say,
The newest Drugs album,
yeah, dude.
Such a letdown.
No, I was so excited for that.
the Last A Day to Remember album, super
Oh,
letdown.
Yeah,
that
that
one,
was
yeah,
whack.
that's a good one.
Okay,
Um,
like the last 4.
Bullshit.
Of what?
Common Courtesy?
Are you talking about
You don't like Common Courtesy by A Day to Remember. John.
the last
Ooh.
4 albums?
John.
The entire
John.
albums by them?
Bro,
So that's
I don't
Common
know,
Courtesy.
man.
Wait,
John.
that goes back to
I need you to
That
go
goes
back
back
and
to
re-listen
separates-
to that album.
I will re-listen to it.
That
I
album
can
is
do that.
and what separates me from you, aged superbly.
Yeah, that one's good.
I want to
Okay,
pull up and
so
look at the last 4, but I can't.
I was gonna say maybe I'm just like
Because that's what separates me from you.
okay.
Common
No,
Courtesy,
Yeah.
okay.
Bad Vibrations, whatever the new one is called.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Okay, I take that back.
I didn't care enough about it. I don't know the name.
The last one definitely sucks.
The last
Yeah, it was
was
terrible.
The new single sucks.
It doesn't suck.
I don't like it at
You know what
all.
I'll say about it?
What's up?
It gives me hope.
I
It's not fantastic. John, it's
I-
not Brick Wall.
Oh god.
It's not Mind Reader. It's not Bloodsucker. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll take a
It's
double
not,
breakdown
it's not the
over.
Viva Mexico song.
Yeah, I'll take a double breakdown
the Viva Mexico
over some
song.
like crazy fucking half-ass Imagine Dragons shit.
I was about to say it told. All right, I told Tucker this earlier. Shout out Tucker.
Shout out Tucker, dude.
I-
Love you,
okay,
bud.
so they sound like new Fall Out Boy and new Panic at the Disco with a little bit of screaming.
Not about it.
It's bad.
personally.
Me either. It
But the
sucks.
new song, it's not the greatest thing ever. But man, it is better than the whole last album.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Speaking of Imagine Dragons, did you know
a
that
low bar.
for an album to go platinum, it has to go whatever the one before platinum is 10 times?
Diamond?
Oh, diamond. For it to go diamond, it has to go platinum 10 times. Only 80 albums or 80 songs have done that. Imagine Dragons has 5 of them.
That's wild.
Think about that.
That is
People,
crazy.
imagine how much people crap on Imagine Dragons, but
And they're just
you
like
know
fucking making
that
billions.
those people are sitting at home listening to Radioactive. They are. Same thing with
Mitch
Nickelback. You can act like you don't like Nickelback, but I know y'all are out there listening to Photograph.
Hey, man,
I'm a this reminds me kind of guy.
This
I was-
reminds me. That's a.
burn it to the ground, baby. Shout out,
I
Brett.
don't know, man. I
Shout
don't know
out
what to
Brett,
say.
dude.
People are
So-
just afraid to say the truth.
Those two were instantly. Wow, I was let down.
I love Census Fail with all my heart.
That was
They're
gonna be.
one-
That was gonna be
They're one of my
mine.
favorite bands of all time. But man,
Ah.
if I had to pick 5 albums that let me down, they got 2.
Yeah.
Which is Pull the Thorns from Your Heart. Dear God. There's a breakdown that I audibly laugh at. Where he goes,
Oh.
Pull the thorns from your heart. And he goes, Meow! Like a Metallica fucking 80s. Meow! It's so bad. 2, their new one.
Oh, me
I
and Chris,
hate
we
to
listened.
say it, dude.
We
I
were
love
going to
them.
go work out, and Chris was like, "All right, put it on," and we put it on, and you just saw him go. He just slowly sink into the seat. We're like 6 songs in. By the time we get to Brett's house, he's like,
All right.
this isn't gonna be."
Well,
good.
because like Renaissance, I didn't like when it first came out.
I like
Grew,
Renaissance.
it grew on me. Now I love it. It's one of my favorite albums by them. Then they put out fucking Pull the Thorns from Your Heart. God damn, it's bad. Like there's like 2 songs I like on it,
It is really bad.
and it's dude, it's like
super
it's
bad.
horrible, right?
I never got into Census Fail. I believe
So
it.
on my blackout arm, I met the lead singer buddy. He signed my arm. Like I'm that hardcore. Like I was sad to cover it up. You know?
and now you're like, "Oh man."
No. I would still love it. Like I still love Census Fail. Like he is still one of my favorite singers.
Yeah.
But like then they put out If There's a Light It'll Find You. Good album. I really, really like that album. And I was like, yes, we're on the comeback. Fuck, bro. Like
He really said, "Bro, the ice caps are melting, the polar bears are crying."
it's
dude.
like he took the lead guitars and just buried them in the mix. Dude, they're like non-existent.
Mitch, do you have
Here,
one?
yeah, I think I've got like 3 that I'll give.
Okay.
One of mine is Pull the Thorns from Your Heart because I liked Renaissance. That was a good album, and when the new one was coming out, I was kind of excited for it, and it sucked, unfortunately. The next one would be That's the Spirit.
Yeah.
Because I loved Sempiternal.
Yep.
That album was so good.
Mhm.
I know there's people who don't like it.
Dude,
I loved that album.
that's to me that's peak.
Yeah, me too. And then they came out with Drown, and they're like single, and I was like, oh, it's sick. I actually like that song a lot.
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though
it's
it's a little more like radio rocky.
yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It was a
It was a
great
good
song.
song.
And then they came out with that whole album, and I don't think the album is like garbage. Like there's like 1 or 2 songs in there. I'm like, oh, it's pretty cool, but like by and large, the whole thing is kind of like not. It's like very mid, and I was like, man, I was like very disappointed that's how it was. And then the next one came out, and I was like, I'm out, bro. I
Now
have
they're back.
Yeah,
another
the
comeback.
EP Post-Human Survival Horror is pretty good. I like that one a lot. But
The new single was kind of cool.
yeah,
Strangers? Yeah, that's really
Strangers. That was pretty cool.
That's good.
So there's that one. And honestly, Circus Survive is my
Damn,
favorite
I knew this was gonna
band.
happen.
Yep.
I love Circus Survive so much. I listen to their music all the time. Obviously, they both know that. They put out a new album recently, and I don't think that it is bad, but it's like very electronic and very like it's like he doesn't like it used to be like there's like he's like got a higher voice and stuff, but like there'd be like heavier moments in their music, and it's like they had like some progressive rock kind of stuff going on. It's pretty sweet, but the new stuff doesn't really have almost any of that, and he does like so much falsetto for like the whole thing. It's just very like soft, and like I think the lyrics are like I think it's some of the better lyrics he's done, but it's not like horrible. I just was like I was so pumped because like I didn't even know there's a new one coming out, and I like opened up like my Twitter or something, and I was like, oh dude, that's sick, there's a new album coming out, and I like started listening to it, and I was like, there's like 2 songs I'm like these are great, and everything else I'm just kind of like
This is cheeks, dude.
yeah, I just can't. I've tried to like make myself like it's like one of those ones like I've
Yeah.
listened to it like 7. I've listened to the whole album like 7 times, and I
ain't
just
it.
can't do it, dude. I'm like it's all right.
Yeah. I felt pretty hyped about Beautiful Oblivion by Issues. I don't
That
like
album
it.
grew on me.
There's
it took
like-
a while.
It grew on me too.
No, I like Rain and Second Best. And that's it. Do y'all know why? Because those are like the only 2 songs he's not talking about being fucking drunk.
I'm thinking.
I-
For those
Every
of you
song.
that don't know this, if y'all ever come out to the shop, okay, and you want it, for some reason, if you want us to think that you are cool, do not try to make us think that you love to get drunk.
Bro, I was
all the
so
time.
drunk the other night.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
cool, dude. I remember when
oh
I was
God,
6.
dude. I mean, it's not like if you drink, like we're not like super judgy about that or something, but like it's just not something that we do. And like every now and then, someone like they'll think that we're like cool tat guys. They're like yeah, like I don't know, like bro, I just want to get like blitzed this week, and like it's
We
always
turned
just
to me
kind
and
of like
Chris, and we've never drank before.
yeah, no, like,
Yeah.
like I drink like very seldomly, and it's like I'll have like a beer or something, and like
Yeah.
yeah, you guys have literally never drank, so
Never.
it's like
But it's like,
yeah. Go ahead.
I really like Issues, you know? And Homes, Headspace is my favorite album by them.
Yeah.
And
Solid.
like Michael was starting to sing, and
Yeah.
it was really cool. And it was like really groovy.
I love
And
the
man, they
groove,
kicked
man.
Michael out, and then like Tyler Carter, like his parts just didn't hit as hard.
Yeah.
Because there's no contrast. Oh, it's the sprinkles. Look at that.
Big old cat.
Sorry, Ashley just popped in with sprinkles. And yeah, like I felt like the contrast wasn't there, like vocally. I think Tyler is a good singer. He's also a Predator. And they're right, John.
It's kind of a
Oof.
common thing in the industry,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
no, big Predator. So, like, yeah, like it was
Ugh.
kind of like he was given the spotlight. He just like didn't really fucking do anything with it. And
Mm.
like almost every single song, he's talking about like being drunk. He was drunk. His like my mommy and my daddy are on me because I'm bad with my money because I go out and drink and buy expensive things. And I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Like
Get your life together, Tyler.
like the 2 songs I like are like Rain because it's actually like upbeat and like
I
it's
know so many people that know Tyler, bro.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
a lot.
And I like Second Best because it's like the most genuine sounding song on the whole album.
Dude, what about Your Sake, bro?
I like what's the one where they hit the sax at the end?
Oh,
Michael's got me. Come on, bro.
Look,
take me
I
to the chapel, baby. That's
Yeah. Oh man, slaps.
Find Your Forever.
Yeah.
Find Forever. Yeah.
like
That's a good song.
it's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like it's fine, but it
Yeah.
doesn't like when I listen to it, it doesn't hit me like an issue song.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Headspace. definitely.
I like the self-titled. I
Definitely.
think the self-titled is my favorite issue.
It's really good. But like I don't know, like I was just super pumped because leading up to the album, they're like, it's gonna be super heavy, and not to say it has to be heavy for me to like it, but like they were like, it's gonna be so heavy. Like we kicked Michael out, there's still gonna be a ton of screaming. Bitch, y'all screamed twice on the whole album.
I don't like
stop
when bands
lying.
I don't like when bands do that. Bro, it's gonna be so heavy. Bro, it's gonna be but so heavy. Like you're not even gonna believe it. I think Emarosa did it best, where they went, "Hey, we are not this anymore. We are now 80s funk."
Yeah, which is fine. But like, for example, like it gets old.
Yeah.
Like, and that really does lead to like come back to the question, like something that you were excited about and you were let down by. For example, like Slipknot was the first band I ever saw live. Right?
Oh,
There's always a
ugh.
soft spot in my heart for Slipknot. But man, every album they're like, yo, it's gonna be just like Iowa, bro. It's gonna be just as heavy as Iowa. And then sure as fuck, Corey Taylor comes in with the fucking Alice in Chains singing
He's
at
like,
the
"Yeah,
beginning of the
yeah."
song. And I'm like, yeah, Corey, stop.
Get some help.
Like, well, literally, like you're like it's gonna be as dark and
Get
heavy as
some help.
Iowa, and it literally cold opens
Uh.
with like a singy thing, and I'm like, stop,
Yeah,
stop lying to me.
that's the frustration bit, I think, for me too, is when that very thing. I'll tell you who surprised me like relatively recently. So like I saw Fit for a King going that radio rock direction a little,
Man.
ever so slightly.
Very hard. Don't even. It was very, very much.
Then they hit that last single that dropped.
It was sick.
Bro.
Oh yeah, that shit was smack.
Let me say something about that, by the way.
Love you, Trey.
Let me say this one thing about this. So, I love heavy music. Okay. But I have hit a point where like there's something that people are doing that annoys the shit out of me. So when bands, okay, I get it. So Phil Ramos from Lorna Shore,
Is his name Phil?
not Phil. What's his name?
Will.
Will Ramos from Lorna
My
Shore.
man over here thinking of Phil of the future. He's like,
My-
Phil?
I was actually thinking of Phil Both.
Oh man, you just unlocked
Um,
core memory for
you're
me.
welcome.
I forgot about that.
So, the song "To the Hellfire" or whatever. At the very end, he makes the crazy animal noises. You know, has the craziest breakdown. Like ever.
Infinite Annihilator did it first.
First off, Infinite
Call out.
Annihilator did it forever ago. Second off, is that cool? Sure, whatever. I don't like that we're at a point in vocals where it just feels like to stay relevant, you got to learn to do fucking vocal gymnastics. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like the new Fit for a King song. I really do. I think it's cool. But like, Ryan, you're already a good fucking screamer. You don't have to do a fucking vocal gymnastics breakdown at the end of the song just to be able to prove that you can do it.
They gotta have that TikTok moment.
I'm over that. Like, it's like, what crazy? I'm a warthog now. You know, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're already good. Like, it at this point, it takes me out of it.
Like it's like a gimmick.
Yeah, dude. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
When
gotcha.
Infinite Annihilator did it in like 2015, I was like, bro, this is the craziest shit. And then to like have this now blow up now, I'm just like, yeah, y'all listen
like
to that
Phil,
CD
like
too.
Will Ramos literally copied the first half of it. But it's like, for example, that song I was talking about, the one that like got really popular. That song is 6 minutes long. Everyone talks about the last minute. Do you want to know why? Because the rest of the song kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just traditional fucking black metal. It's all blast beats. It's just strumming. It's like it's whatever.
There's
All
a
right,
guitar solo.
let's keep it. We've been talking about.
Sorry,
the
it just
bands for like
it
20
bugs the fuck
minutes.
out of me. Favorite anime villain and artist you haven't collaborated with that you would like to.
Ooh.
Favorite anime villain currently, in like where I don't know the end of the
Oh,
trajectory, is
man.
probably Shigaraki.
Oh,
I was gonna say that as
man,
well.
dude.
I fuck with Shigaraki
Oh
super hard.
god.
Agreed.
And
Oh,
artists that I
man.
haven't collaborated with that I would like to. I haven't collaborated with Mike yet, but I'm going to.
Shout out
That's
Mike.
on our schedule. I haven't collaborated with Michaela yet, but I'm going to.
Shout out Michaela.
Russell, we still haven't nailed down a time that we're going to do that. But
Fuck Russell.
I really want to collaborate with Russell. Honestly, I'd really like to do like a full on, like, don't get me wrong, I love the God Country Horse, but I do also want to
Come
do.
on, dude.
I
You
do-
really.
I do want to do like an anime collab with Mitch.
Yeah,
I
that'd
think,
be fun.
I think that'd be a ton of fun. And those are my those are my big ones that are like obtainable. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like those will all inevitably happen. So I like to keep it in the realm of like possibility. You know.
Man, dude.
Also, Nick. I'd love to collaborate with Nick.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Nick Limbs, if you don't follow him.
Yeah.
For me, if I was gonna pick an artist to collab with, I think I have two off the top of my head that I really want to collab with besides you. Be Russell, because I love Russell so much as a person, and I think his art is incredible, and I would love to do something with him. He's been my friend for a long time. And I would really love to collab with Esco, because I just love I love Esco. That'd be fun. But he seems like such a nice dude.
Please
I love
go
his work.
follow Esco.
Yeah,
Esco's great.
Esco Sama is I think his like Instagram.
If we make it to California, that is where we're going.
Yeah, 100%.
And I know he really wants to come to us. It's just he just had a kid, so it's like logistically hard.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's just how it is in life. But no, I would love to do something with Esco. I like his work a lot. I think he does some really cool stuff. And I think in terms of like villains, I'm like struggling with that so hard because without spoiling anything, the current version of Muzan from Demon Slayer and the current version of Shigaraki, I like really want to tattoo. They look so cool right now. You're just not there yet, so it'll get there eventually. But those are really cool, and I think my favorite like villain of all time, but like I don't really know if we want to like tattoo them from anime.
Just who is it, man?
Is Knives from Trigun, which I know I like Trigun, but he's such a good villain. I think he's like a great foil to Vash. So yeah. Anyway,
do you have a favorite villain, Michael?
It's probably gonna be Shigaraki, but
yeah, he's cool.
Fuck with that. I like the dude. I don't never remember his name. There's the guy from Yu Yu Hakusho that has the small man riding his shoulders.
Toguro.
Yeah. I love that motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah, he's cool.
Okay.
Dream collab. Shout out Purge.
It's like, bro, I haven't tattooed yet, but like when I get there.
Purge, when I get there, you mind, dude.
That's funny.
Him and I talk. We talked.
His work is really good.
I always like anytime I'm like, man, I'm in a rut. I just pull up Purge.
I'll be real with you, because Michaela's moving from New York. The next time, like we go to New York, I'll probably hit him up.
Yeah.
And try to go to Long Island.
Or Josh Bovender. Those are the two people.
Yeah.
Just my two idols.
So, I'm not gonna give an answer to this because I think next podcast we're gonna talk a lot about this. So I'll briefly say what it's about, and it's about cover-ups and finding one style that you're great at versus learning multiple styles.
Yeah.
The next podcast we're going to talk pretty in depth about cover-ups and blackout tattoos.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Because Mitch and I both have black work on us, and we also I have a fuck ton to say about cover-ups, an entire podcast worth of just talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other questions is what's the one scary thing about tattooing, if anything? AIDS.
That is pretty scary. You know, we played the joke game. The floor has AIDS, but yeah, it's horrifying.
When you asked the question, my mind was like, yeah, like messing up a tattoo, or like just like someone like passing out, or like just like any number of things. Yeah, and then Chris just.
You want to know this? Watch this, Michael. What's the rule?
Don't make it weird.
No, that's the rule of the shop. What is the cleanliness rule?
Oh, the floor has AIDS. Everything has AIDS.
Yeah.
Treat everything
as it has AIDS. Everything has AIDS.
Sorry, that just made me laugh.
Sorry, man. So I want to breeze through these next two because the last one is the thing that I think we should really talk about.
Sure.
Eternal versus World Famous Inc. Just preference. World Famous.
Yeah, definitely.
Please sponsor me for the love of God. I love y'all so much. Y'all have the best pigment. Aside from Allegory's black. Allegory black slaps the hardest.
Yeah.
You know, my buddy Spider makes it in a garage, and you know he does really good.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I love Allegory.
Okay.
I've used other ones too, but I like Allegory.
Character / anime you refuse to tattoo from. There's not a particular anime that I would refuse to tattoo from. The things I would refuse to tattoo would be lewd or hentai versions of underage characters.
That's fair.
I will not do lewd or hentai versions, I think, of any character.
Really?
I'm not about it.
Okay.
I just don't enjoy doing it. It makes me a little uncomfortable.
That's
Truthfully.
fair.
Mitch doesn't want to be bricked up doing the tattoo.
You got me.
That's
it.
fair. That's fair. I mean, everyone has limits. Which, honestly, at another point in time, y'all can let us know if this is something you'd be interested in us talking about. Like having personal like limitations or on things that you like will and won't tattoo and why.
Oh, I really want to talk about that.
I think that would be really good. So if that's the thing y'all want to hear, we can also probably do that next time.
Let us know.
So we can do like black work cover ups and like what would be the best way to word that?
Just like
just like personal preference on just where our boundaries are and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Boundaries.
Yeah,
that's probably the best way to say it.
Yep.
So this is by far the most important thing, which is what determines a tattoo picture getting posted on an artist's Instagram. Okay, this is the thing that this is like the last thing we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Let me start off by saying this. There are tattoos that I have done that I love to death. And I would love nothing more than to post it. But I could not get a good photo of it. I will give you a very good example. There's this guy. I love him to death. His name is Matt.
Shout out Matt.
And his buddy came from New York. Matt has been a massive supporter of me for a very long time. If I post something, Matt shares it. No matter what. Very good dude. He showed up. He was super cool. I want him to come back. Love him. I did his tattoo. I could not get a good photo of his tattoo to save my life. He got Habana from Fire Force. The tattoo is sick. It was a super cool tattoo.
Yeah.
But there are sometimes unexpected variables with taking photos of tattoos. So Matt, for example, his pores got very big, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you're clearly causing trauma and everything. So he has so much like inflammation that like when I wiped his skin with the paper towel, you could see white paper towel bits all throughout the tattoo, right? Which clearly aren't going to be there when it's healed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my photo was just like a sea of these like little. If you have like the hole anxiety, you know, like
what is it called, agoraphobia or something?
No,
Yeah.
that's you can't leave.
Is
your
that
house.
trypophobia?
yeah, whichever one it
Yeah.
is, like where you have like all like the little tiny holes, like you can't look at it. Like if you like look at a strawberry,
It makes
too
you like
close.
itch.
Yeah, it's like that. Like it looked like that, which no one wants that. So, like I love that tattoo. It looks cool. Like he sent me like healed photos of it. It looks fucking great. But I couldn't get a good photo of it. You know, like just out of pure circumstance. You know. So there's that. Sometimes your lighting's bad. Sometimes you'll do like a bunch of yellow in the tattoo, and
Yep.
man, it just like will not fucking chill out by the time you go to take a photo. Like imagine doing like a Naruto tattoo, and at the very end, like his hair just looks like fucking beet red. You know, like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
trying to take a photo of it, like it's not gonna look good. And I know this kind of sucks to hear, but at the end of the day, the things that I choose to post on my Instagram, that's my portfolio. That's like the best representation, the most polished version I could put out into the world to try to like grow my social media and like show like the best I can offer. And your tattoo I did might be the best I can offer, but the photo isn't.
Yeah. You gotta think
You
if it
know?
wraps or if it hinges or if it has any kind of weird, I gotta hold my arm like this to make it look like this. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
take a picture.
Like that, and that sucks, you know, because like I want everyone to come and like have the perfect experience and take the perfect photo and be able to post it online and have that person be stoked that like, look, they flew here and like I did their tattoo and like there it is on the Instagram. Like, you know, anyone can go and find their photo on the internet. You know, that's awesome. The reality is there's so many variables in it, you know? Like maybe it had to get split up into 2 sessions and it's half fresh, half healed, and it looks fucking insane in the photo, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's in an area like the back of your arm. Like I posted a photo of our friend Liz's arm with the All Might
Dude, shout out Liz.
like this, and like I literally had people like DMing me being like, can you post a better photo of it? I'm like, I can't. Like,
How else would you take a photo of?
that's the best I could do. And like, if you really look at the photo, half of it's fucking bloody. The part that is shown is the part of the tattoo I did first.
Yeah.
Because Liz has sciatica and she can't lay on her back. So I had to like flip her like 17 different ways to be able to do the tattoo. So like, you know, there are variables and things. So the part that you saw was the part that I did 2 hours ago. So it was like fully bled out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, there are variables on top of variables on top of variables. And like, also there are situations where like, you know, maybe I tattooed 3 Kakashis in 1 week. And
Yep.
this one I did, you know, just looks a little bit better on my portfolio. Because are you really going to want to get tattooed by the guy who just constantly posts Kakashi?
That happened 1 week, and it was insane. Where it was 3 Itachis in 1 week, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh, man.
like that happens, you know? Or like, I did an Itachi the same day Mitch did an Itachi. And like, you have to share stuff.
I have to pick somebody's Itachi.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
I did one and Mitch did one, and then Michael had to post something of mine or something of Mitch's that week. So then I was up next, and like Mitch already posted his Itachi. So if I posted the Itachi, then Michael's going to post the Itachi. And then we just got fucking Itachi going for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it's just like there's no end to it.
Yeah. And like my whole thing with this kind of stuff is like the things that you put on your Instagram when you're talking about your portfolio or whatever, the stuff that you post is what you will get more of.
Yep.
It is why I almost never post color tattoos. Like my goal eventually is to just do black and gray or like black work-ish kind of anime tattoos. And I'm still kind of like developing that, kind of figuring out what I like and what I don't like. And I'm having like a lot of fun with it. And it's not that I don't want to do your tattoo if you want like a color tattoo or like it's like not good enough for me or something like that. Or I don't have fun with it or I don't think it looks cool. Because I do still post them sometimes. Like maybe it's just I haven't had anything that I really wanted to post for a while or maybe I like haven't been posting and this is like the most recent thing that I'm like, oh, like it's kind of cool. Like let me just throw it out there. But generally, you want to post things that really are in line with what you want to do. So, for example, both me or Chris, a number of times, like you'll have someone that will come out and they'll be like, hey, I want to get this character. And you're like, oh, great. Like, I love that character. I would love to do that for you. And they give you very specific things that they want out of the design and what they want out of the character. And they will dictate how the tattoo is going to look. And now it is not that we don't try as hard as we possibly can to make the tattoo look great, and it probably does look great. But when you do that and you tell us, like, I let me give an example, and this is probably not a great idea for me to be specific, but I'm going to anyway because it's not that I'm saying it's bad. It's just this is a good example. I did a Rengoku for somebody recently, and he wanted script and the design, and he gave me a lot of very specific things. He was like, well, I want a sword, and I want Akaza's eye in the sword, and I want the script, and I want like just a number of things. Like I want this reference of him and stuff. So I ended up in this position where I'm like, all right, I'm kind of like hog-tied with the design a little bit, you know? I was like, I got to do 4 specific things with this Rengoku. And I think it came out pretty cool, and like he like really loved the tattoo, and everything's great. But I don't necessarily want to post that because that's not necessarily how I'm trying to, that's not the direction that I'm trying to go in with stuff. So you have to think about that too. It isn't that your tattoo looks bad, but it's also like, what do I want to do? Have you given us like very specific things that you want? And if you haven't, then maybe like Chris said, maybe it's just a shitty photo, or maybe there's too many characters that are similar to it. You're trying to diversify your portfolio a little bit. It could be any number of things.
Like your Instagram is a very curated thing.
Yep.
Right? So let's say I have 5 tattoos that I can post, right? And they're all really good. And the most recent tattoo I posted was a Jujutsu Kaisen tattoo. And then I choose to post a Jujutsu Kaisen tattoo again. And then let's say the next time I go to post something, it's another Jujutsu Kaisen tattoo. At a certain point, people are going to think, oh, this guy just wants to do JJK tats.
This is the JJK guy.
You know?
You would think that people wouldn't think that.
But they do.
They very
do.
much do.
That happens all the time.
Like, people literally hit a point where they're like, oh, this guy posts Goku all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Goku guy.
That's the Goku guy.
Like if I want Goku,
Bro, I want some of John Smith's Gokus.
but then what happens is you lock yourself into it, right? So you could think like, oh man, I love this, I crushed this, and you just post everything that you think you crushed, right? And then you run into this situation where you're like, man, why is everyone just booking Gojo with me? Like, I've done like 15 Gojos, and like, maybe they're all dope. But like, do you just want to be the Gojo guy?
You'd probably be really good at Gojo after
for
15
real.
Gojos.
How many times can you draw Gojo differently?
I don't know. But that's a thing, you know, and like, I understand that it can be disheartening for people, you know, when like their tattoo isn't on the Instagram, or like they don't see it like represented like the way that they might want. But you know, you paid me for a service. I provided you the service to the best of my ability, and whatever happens from that point onward, truthfully, is just pure marketing. You know, and like, I know that sucks to hear, but I can only really use the photo and post it and promote it if it is something that is going to like put me in the best light possible to grow my career. Because it might be unfortunate for you and you might be disappointed, but like, you know, at the end of the day, like we talked about earlier, like I have a lot of other things that are really, really important to me in my life, and tattooing is one of those things. But like, if I'm going to spend time on my phone away from the things that I care about, I'm going to be promoting the best version of myself that is going to make the best career moves for me.
Yeah. Also, consider that like for me, I'll do between like, I don't know, 6 and 12 tattoos per week or something like that, right? So if I do 12 tattoos and you're 1 out of 12 tattoos that I've done and it looks great, and I get behind because I have like personal stuff going on and I'm doing all my DMs and stuff, but I haven't been posting anything because I'm just busy. By the time, like if I wait a week and a half to make a post, which doesn't happen that often, but sometimes it does, make a week and a half to make a post, that could be 15 to 20 tattoos
Yeah, we're
later.
now 20 something.
Yeah, it's like, you know, not that your tattoo isn't great, but it's like, well, maybe I've been doing something different. Like I'll learn, like in the last 2 weeks, I found some cool stuff that I like want to start trying more with designs, and it's like that happens all the time. You start like picking up new stuff, and you're like, oh, like I want to start showing this off, because you might put that out there and someone really likes that new thing that you've been doing, and you get to do more of it because you posted it. You don't necessarily want to go back and retroactively post things that are not what you're doing as much of anymore.
Yeah. Well, you want to always get better and grow. And, you know, for example, for me, I post 1 tattoo every 5 days.
Yeah.
Which means that I pick 1 tattoo out of 4 to post.
You have a 25% chance of getting your tattoo posted.
Yeah.
That's pretty good odds.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's just kind of the way it is, you know. And I don't know, maybe the next week it's a slow week, or like maybe I tattooed 3 Gojos and I just already posted a Gojo. And so then I go back and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to post one of the 3 I didn't from last week. You know, like that happens. Or maybe I just end up throwing it on my story because I think it's really cool and I want people to see it. And then I still want to represent it. But like Mitch said, like you want to like showcase the thing that you're excited about currently. Yeah. And, you know, if I'm doing something, I'm like, fuck, this is sick, I'd love to do more of it, you know, and I'm only doing that new thing once every week. Well, if that's the thing I'm the most excited about, that's the thing that I'm going to like post every week until I get more of it, you know? So, you know.
Which is why people don't typically post cover-ups and stuff. Not because your cover-up is bad or anything like that, but because if I start posting nothing but cover-ups,
You're the cover-up
I become
guy.
the cover-up guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which that is a thing we will talk about because I have so many feelings about cover-ups. It is unreal.
I think we covered that topic pretty good, personally.
Yeah. Like I said, don't try not to be offended if your tattoo isn't posted. Like,
The last 3 tattoos I've gotten, the guys have not posted.
Yeah.
I'm not upset about it.
Like, I can probably count the number of times this has happened, like, on my hands, on one hand probably, since we opened the shop, of times I haven't posted a tattoo because I hated it. You know? And I guarantee you, if you're the kind of person who listens to this podcast, it wasn't you.
Yeah,
It was old holdover stuff I had to do from the shop we no longer work at. Things that like were on my calendar that were things I didn't want to do. For example, like I don't like doing black and gray. You know, like if I have to do a black and gray tattoo, I don't enjoy it. I just don't. You know, and I'm not trying to say that to be mean. I'm trying to say that to be like true to myself artistically.
How weird would it look for those of you that are out here right now that follow Chris if Chris randomly posted right now a black and gray pocket watch on his page?
Yeah.
Even if it was amazing.
No one will give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like
it would.
a neo-trad
it would be
bear.
really weird. Like
Yeah.
no one would care.
Yeah, like we have a friend named Chase. Shout out Chase.
Hey,
And
love you, Chase.
I used to do Neotrad on him. So
Uh-huh.
he came to me and I did a Neotrad bear. It's sick.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's a super cool tattoo.
That thing was popping off.
He knows it's a super cool tattoo. Chase also knows why I didn't post it. Because it's a Neotrad bear.
That thing was cool though.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely cool. If I were, you know, a Neotrad guy, I would have posted it.
That would have been your like big one. 'Cause
It
that
probably
thing was
would have popped
popping
off.
Yeah.
But I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just the way it is. Like, when you hit a certain point in tattooing, it's really hard to fuck something up. You know what I mean? So, it's not like the tattoos we didn't post are like fucked up or like we just like hate them. It's just, for whatever reason or another, there's some variable out of the ones that we gave as to like why it just didn't.
It didn't work. Yeah.
And then every now and then, ones that like we don't post, we just tell Michael to post in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
There'll be days where I'll just get like a picture and they'll be like, "Hey, put this up. This deserves,
yeah,
some recognition."
because like maybe it isn't perfectly curated to like what I'm currently doing or to what Mitch is currently doing, but it's still a tattoo that we're proud
Still
of.
Cool.
Yeah.
We honestly, I might start doing that more. I might start just like giving Michael like other,
like
tattoos to
just
post,
do it.
like the Millennium Puzzle, right?
yeah.
So the reason I didn't post the Michael's Millennium Puzzle isn't because it's not sick. It's because I do characters.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like the Millennium Puzzle is sick as fuck. I love the tattoo.
I got the good post on the shop because
Yeah.
homie passed that day.
Like it performed well. It's a good tattoo. I love it. If you've been to the shop recently, you've seen it on Michael. It's super cool. And I had a ton of fun doing it, but it's not.
Yeah, that was good, man. We did live stream for it. Like,
Yeah.
that was a good day.
It's just not indicative of like the thing I'm trying to do all the time. Like I don't want to be the guy who does like
I do the items. Here's 4 Rengoku swords. Here's
like because I've had people DM me and ask me to do like sword hilts or like Samus from Metroid's like blaster and like a Mario like a Koopa shell. Like, you know, like it's all cool. By the way, I just kind of want to tattoo Samus Aran.
yeah, God.
I would fucking love to do a Metroid tattoo for the love of please can someone please let me do Samus?
I would just get a Metroid.
Please. I'll do a Metroid also. But like please. Gap filler. Let me do a Metroid.
Gap filler. Let's do it.
But like can someone please just let me do Samus? It would be sick. I'll make her visor glow. Be
There's
tight.
one specific Samus that I would want.
What's up, Scott? You trying to get a Metroid tat?
Hey, Scott, man, you got blank canvas, Scott.
Gang,
over
gang.
here.
But dude, let me do the fusion suit.
That's what I was gonna say. I want the Samus that got hit with the
Scott's thinking
infection.
about it now.
Scott,
Is that the blue and
suit.
pink one?
Yeah,
Yes.
the blue
Yeah,
suit.
that's a cool one.
God damn, bro. Let me hit the fucking blue pink suit.
Scott is super into video games.
Dog.
Yeah.
So let me crank
We
the
are
Metroid
too.
fusion
Yeah.
suit.
I want the Samus ball.
The morph ball?
Just the
Morph
morph
ball.
ball.
No, see, you're thinking too small. Both figuratively and literally.
I keep
Just
telling him he's
Samus
got to go
Hard
big.
scale.
Samus portrait.
Fusion suit.
Fusion suit.
Zero suit.
Let me know.
Zero suit. Yeah.
Hit me up, dog.
All right. I think we covered all that pretty heavily. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I guess thank y'all for tuning in and asking for all these questions and just like sticking with us. If you've watched every single week, you have no idea how much we appreciate.
Yo, shout out Liz.
Liz. Yeah,
Liz!
Liz playing WoW right
Liz is
now.
playing WoW right now, getting those XPs, dude.
Liz literally
We-
told us to stop calling her out because it distracts her from playing World of
Oh
Warcraft.
man, I'm
Liz,
sorry,
Liz
Liz.
did tell me to tell the prank phone call story. I can burn through this really quick because
All right, we'll end it on this.
So, back in when I was younger, I would say from like 13 to 18, I was very good at prank phone calls because I would love to get lost in a character because I wanted to be an actor. So this is back when you could just open up a phone book and find somebody's number and just call them. Or you would call a number neighbor. Or you would do something like this. And I had a skit that we would stay up till like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I would run through this thing on like 90 people. And it was what I'm about to give you guys. We would call your phone. And I'd go, hi, this is Rob with Baskin Robbins calling about the 41 flavor challenge. If you can name all 41 flavors of Baskin Robbins ice cream, you win $41,000. Are you interested? They would always say, what? And I would just go, hi, this is Rob with Baskin Robbins calling about the 41 flavor challenge. You can name. I would run it again. And they would go, who is this? And I go, Rob with Baskin Robbins calling about the 41 flavor. And I would hit them over and over. It got to the point where I was like the Micro Machines man. I would say it so fast. We had one person do it. One person named all of them because I had like a Wikipedia page up, so I would like go through them with them.
Sick. Dude.
One guy named them all and went, does that mean I win? And I went, no, dude, this isn't real. And we hung up.
No.
Oh,
but there was
dude.
one guy. I will say this. So Michael did it, and there's two that stick out to me. One was a guy who started doing it. He got like 15 flavors in it. He was like strawberry, chocolate chip, strawberry. Fuck.
He was so good. He's like, it was like 3 a.m. He's like, strawberry chocolate chip. Fuck, I don't know, man. I don't know.
But he said like strawberry twice and just like it broke him, you know. But the other one that got me was there's a guy who got like really close, right? And he was like, do I get anything for getting close? And Michael was like, actually, you do, sir. As a runner-up, you get to go to Broad Street on, and you walk
Sumter.
in, and he's like, you give them your name and the time of the call, and they'll like serve you like.
Oh,
yeah, I did do that. Man. I was a fucking asshole. I was like, if you go to the Broad Street Baskin Robbins, and you give them your name, his name was like fucking Kyle or something, you'll get a scoop of each of the 41 flavors until you get through all 41 flavors. And he was like, and then, yeah.
There's probably some high school student that's working out there, and the guy comes and is like, I'm here for my 41 flavors. And they're like,
but
what?
Bar none, my favorite prank phone call Michael ever did. It was, he did it a couple times, and it is the best prank phone call ever, and it only lasts about 5 seconds. Are you familiar? Because apparently some people aren't. But like, you know, the hit drive-through of Sonic.
The restaurant sensation, America's drive-through, if you will.
Michael, just hit us with the phone call.
So, I call the Sonic location in our hometown.
There's two.
Because there are two. I called one of them and went, Sonic! Robotics fucking up Broad Street! And they're like, stop playing on the phone, kid. And they hung up. So then I called the other Sonic and went, Sonic! The other Sonic's not helping! Help! And that guy proceeded to go, it's the same Sonic. Stop calling here. And he hangs up.
So good.
Oh, God.
Help! I was like, help!
It's like,
get it out! And the guy's like, you ready to quit playing on the phone? I'm like, who's
like,
calling Sonic?
It's like that TikTok right now that's been going around with Tails where he wakes up. It's like,
Hit the Pentagon!
Oh,
but no, just Michael calling Broad Street at fucking rush hour. Sonic! Help!
I just love it. The man's like, they didn't even, without skipping it, he's like, quit playing on my phone. And I'm like, okay, yes, sir.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
Y'all are crazy.
I love that one, dude.
All right.
Oh, dude.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Love you. Mitch, call out of state. Celebrity call out's Tyler Carter. Fuck you, Tyler Carter.
Georgia.
Fuck Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Sure,
Georgia.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fine.
fuck you, Brian Kemp.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Learn something.
Have a great week.
Love y'all.
Brett's gonna get on to y'all for not ending on a positive note.
Oh, is it done?
I mean, we're still
rolling.
New York's
positive
pretty cool.
A positive note.
Don't let Brett down.
I gotta put a jump scare warning on the beginning of this too.
What's something positive? I'm very negative.
Hey,
You
John,
can't even think of
Can you do
anything
me a
positive. Nope was cool. I saw it with my friends.
Nope
that
was
sick.
great.
Nope is good.
Go see Nope. Go
see
support
Nope.
a real fucking visionary.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
weird.
Go see
If nothing else, it's weird.
It's a good
so
movie.
good. It's good weird though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Please go see it.